Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Chum Chum and today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you play? How do you continue to carry with an inting support? So I'm going to be answering that question today and showing you guys a couple of my tips and tricks and how I get my mental ready to carry my inting support. If you haven't already, or if you want to support my channel, make sure you're subscribed. I noticed about 50% of the people watching my videos are not even subscribed. And also make sure you like and comment down below. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. All right, so the first step into playing with an inting support is honestly identifying if they're actually inting. So I know some people will get really frustrated with their support at first, but sometimes mistakes happen. So maybe you have a luck support who accidentally eat a wave. You can kindly type or kindly ping like, hey, can you please not use your abilities on the wave? Or, oh, hey, I'm trying to freeze the lane, so can you please not use your abilities? You know, something light and slight like that. Because one thing I have noticed about League of Legends players, me included, sometimes they're very sensitive, and any type of criticism or like typing done on any part, whether it's positive or negative, will be taken negatively. So just be aware of that. You do not want to tilt your support, because it's better to have a support that's present rather than have an AFK. So let's make sure we don't tilt them to the point that they AFK. So my rule of thumb as ADC is I give my support one int. So they get one engage, one bad engage. And if they go in, if they are flashing under tower at level 0 and they're just going crazy, they're going bonkers, or if they're missing all of their Qs and stuff, hey, you get one, brother. After that, I don't trust you anymore. So once I have identified you as a inting support or somebody who's just going to bait me into bad engages, bad fights, and ultimately into deaths, that's it, bro. And that's when I move on to step number 2. So step number 2 is we need to go ahead and prepare ourselves mentally. We need to prepare ourselves mentally because we know now that our support is kind of like non-existent. They're not really going to help us. And so we need to just make sure that we are in the right mental state of, hey, you are alone. It is now a 1v2 and we need to be ready for anything that is about to come our way. And I'm going to teach you in step 3 and 4 how to be prepared. So step number 3, I would disable all chat and team chat completely, or I would mute my support. I do not want to type to them to make them tilted, but I also don't want to look at their pings anymore. I don't even want to see them anymore because they have inted me already. They have led me astray, and it's time for me to focus up and focus on myself to make sure that I'm going to be all right and I'm still going to be able to do damage as the ADC later in the game. Well, step 4, I wish there was a feature in League of Legends where I could completely turn off the support's character model. Like if I could mute a character model so I don't even have to see it on my screen anymore, that would be absolutely fantastic. But since that's not an option, I mentally just have to pretend that let's say Morgana. I'm going to say Morgana because this has happened a lot with Morgana. Sorry, Morganas. If you're a Morgana main, I'm sorry. Let's say this Morgana has like been flashing in, throwing Qs and missing them completely, and I'm following them up, and then we both die. I wish I could turn off her character model, but I can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pretend she's not there. She can Q all she wants. If it's a genuinely good engage, then sure, I'm going to be a little distant on it still, but I just want to focus on me. And let me tell you why. Focusing on you means that you're farming. Farming needs to be your #1 objective at this point. So farm, I say this like just about every video now. Let me tell you the order of operations. Farm, last hitting those minions means guaranteed gold. which then turns into guaranteed items, which then turns into guaranteed damage, which then turns into guaranteed kills or assists, which then is probably going to turn into guaranteed objectives as well as LP. Farm is so important because it is such a surefire way to scale. Your new objective, your new focus is no longer killing the enemy unless your jungler comes. If the jungler comes, it's a totally different like ball game, because your jungler is basically now your new support. But if your jungler is not there, what are you doing? You're farming. Farm becomes your number one objective at that point. Another note here to make is you're kind of now on damage control because you are at a disadvantage. You feel like you're in a 1v2 lane. And I know it sucks. I know it's horrible. I know it's like dragging your feet through quicksand. Okay, I get it. But you have to keep reminding yourself, oh, hey, Reagan, you can't fight. Oh, hey, Reagan, you can't take this engage, because you feel like you are at a disadvantage because your support is inting or roaming, yada, 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 just like has completely ignored you. You are a strong, independent ADC. Now act like it. So now that you've realized, you've gotten into your mental state of being where, hey, Reagan, you can't make mistakes. You're on your own. Only fight if your jungler is here, and you need to farm. Farm is your number one priority. Now that you're in that mind state, once laning phase is kind of over and you farmed up, you need to group with your team, because you're not going to be ahead. You're not going to be ahead in this 1v2 situation. It's very rare. But once you group up with your team, your focus needs to be on helping whoever is in the carry position, whoever is going to carry your team to victory. You need to help them continue to carry. So, for example, say I'm Caitlyn and Vigar mid is super ahead. He's scaled up. He's 14-0 type of beat. My job as the ADC that just fought a 1v2 bot lane is to make sure that Vigar does not give away a shutdown and can help carry this whole entire team to victory. What does that look like? It looks like me sticking with Vigar, trying to place traps down whenever he stuns somebody, just making sure that Vigar is able to get that damage off. Once I hit 3 items, I still want to stick with my team, of course, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting damage off and helping my team. And the only way to do that is by sticking with the team to make sure that we get the kills, get the objectives, and push towards the nexus. So just a little recap. What you want to do is you just really want to focus and see if your support is really inting. You want to communicate like, hey, could you please not use your abilities on the wave? Hey, I'm trying to freeze. Hey, can we fast push this? Good communication will normally clear up a lot of those problems. Remember, you don't want to be so aggressive, or I know it sucks, but in League of Legends, everybody is sensitive. So just make sure you don't tilt or make your support AFK when they were really trying. Once you identify that they're actually inting, you need to prepare yourself mentally. You need to remind yourself that, hey, you're alone in this bot lane. They're roaming, they're running it down, and it's now just all reliant on you. Your support can go 0-40, but as long as you're not giving away that extra 300 gold every time you die, and you are doing your best to farm, you really need to be making sure that you're last hitting. It is so important, because you are not going to be getting that gold income from killing the enemy team or the enemy ADC and support. Remember, ignore your inting support. Pretend they are not there. Do not follow their engages. You gave them one chance to int, and they showed you that they really inting. After that, it's no more. Your new main focus is farm. That farm will guarantee you gold to get items and to help carry later in the game. And then finally, make sure you're grouping with your team. Once that laning phase is over, you need to make sure whoever is in the carry position can actually continue to carry. So help them in whatever way that you can. By just being there, sometimes your presence will scare the enemy off. There is power in numbers. All right, guys, I really hope that this helped you guys, or helped anybody who was kind of wondering like, oh, how do I play with an inting support? I really hope this helped. You can always like try and, you know, kill him with kindness as well. Like maybe that inting Morgana didn't mean to land a binding, or she finally landed one after 17 minutes and she's been flaming you, but you can still kill him with kindness and be like, hey, you're doing a great job. Good job. Keep up the good work. all that type of stuff. Like sometimes you can turn a game around by just raising the team's morale. If you guys don't already, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up the video, and let me know down in the comments, how do you deal with inting supports? I want to know if I missed any tips or tricks. Also, please remember that I do stream every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch at twitch.tv/MissChumChum. So if you want to go follow me there. I am also on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. I am Miss Chum Chum LOL on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and Miss Chum Chum on Twitch. Until the next video, I hope you guys really enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.